Welcome to the FeedBak podcast, everybody. My name is Back, and this is a special show. I know Sid, I say that every time, but I had to holler at my girl. It's been a while that I haven't talked to Sheena Simmons. Everybody, how you doing?
What up? What up? I
What
am
up?
doing well.
Good to see you. Good to hear from you. It's been a while because you've been on the show like 3 or 4 times, I
Yeah,
think, something like that, over the past what 5 years? No, more than that, longer than that.
it's been way longer
No,
than
it's been
that.
like yeah,
Yeah.
it's been longer than that. One time you came, you looking for a date. Then we got an update. Oh, whoa. Yeah, there was an episode where you were a friend of yours was trying to hook you up with somebody at their party.
Oh, yes. Okay, so we could be clear because we need the audience to know just like how deep these roots go. I'm trying to think of what year we did our first one. Are you talking about when we shot there, at the
It was at my
home,
place.
right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, so that would have had to have been at least 20. Did I have my Mustang
14.
then? Was I Mustang Sheena or the car I have now? Because I identify where I
I
was
don't know
at when
what car. I don't keep up with the cars you drive. I don't know.
okay, well, okay.
I
Ugh.
can tell by who you were dating, maybe.
No, you wouldn't. You tried it. Okay, so you want this. Okay, you want this today. We're gonna do this
We
kind of.
go.
Okay, I
Yeah.
got you.
I want that
No, it was
smoke.
probably 2000, let's say 11, 2011.
No,
Sound about right?
no, I didn't start the podcast since 2013.
If
I
I was on
think
one of your first ones with Will, it was who was that?
that
Myself,
was that was.
Will.
I started 2014, 2015, one of the two. But I was maybe a year or two in. And then you
Okay,
came back, and we had one at Native live with your Barry white boyfriend at the time. So if you want to go
actually,
back to the archive, folks, go back and listen. Look up Sheena on the FeedBak archives, and you'll hear all of her, uh, her drama and all that good stuff.
you tried it. No, you were like the one back with the when Smiley called in talking about you guys doing base model stuff whenever it comes to dating. Grown boys asking dumb shit like, why do you have to split the tab?
Well, I mean, yes.
Or why can't you split the tab? But please don't get me on that conversation because I just
Oh,
got my
we're
blood
gonna get
pressure
into it. No,
down.
let's okay. All right, fuck it. Let's get into it. If you go on a date, you think that it's up to you, you should or should not split the tab, or it's up to the guy to
No,
pay
you
it
should
all.
not. Absolutely not. And let me tell you why. My
Go
thing is,
ahead,
if you
Sheena.
can't afford to take me out on a date, then I'm not interested. You are asking for my time. This is the courtship, the chivalry.
Uh
And it's
huh.
not that I'm damsel in distress. It's a class thing. And so I don't know any guy that I've ever gone on a date with that would be comfortable would be like, oh, let's split the tab. You may as well be taking a bitch to Dave and Buster's. Have a seat. We're grown
Well,
folks.
it depends where you're going, right? Like if you take it, if you're they take you to Eddie V's, if you expect them, first of all, where do you expect them? Where do you expect them to take you?
We've had that conversation. If I'm dating this guy, I don't date guys that go Dave and Buster's and stuff like that. It's just like
Oh, what's wrong with
wherever
Dave
we
and
go.
Buster's?
Because we're not 12, we're grown ups. You want to take me to
Dave and
play
Buster's is for
video
adults.
games for a date?
Dave
I
and
want to go
Buster's is for adults.
that are still acting like college kids. Yes.
What? You want to play Mario Kart every once in a while and play some air hockey just for the fun of it? Can't be
Do that
adult
with
all the
your
fucking time.
homeboy. And there's time to do that because, like, trust me, it's like you can have all kinds of fun. But if you're like, let's go to Dave and Buster's, anyway, it's a
Okay,
case by case basis. I can't talk for everyone because everybody's got their different things and there's times and places. It's not a strict thing. It's just what y'all both like or feel like doing at that time. But splitting the tab, I don't know a guy that would be comfortable with knowing that a waitress saw a female name on the credit card.
you know, waitress that be comfortable with that.
No, a dude that I would date, if he
Uh
was
huh.
sitting at a date with me, knowing that somebody's coming to the table and saying, oh, you got her paying for it, dude, get out of
Okay.
here.
If he gets the tab, who gets the Uber ride, or is it all the whole thing's paid for?
He pays for it.
Everything. The cab
Yeah.
ride, the drinks, the cover charge, the dinner, all of that.
Yeah.
No
Most guys.
if buts or I'm not getting paid till the 15th. And how about you show me independent women and you pay some of it too? You show me that you can actually take care of yourself
No,
as
the
well.
dude already knows that though. Cause it's
I
like, you
mean, he
see
already
where I
knows.
live and stuff. It's like, just because I can, it's like, just because I can doesn't mean that he wants me to. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, I don't know guys that have those
That's
concerns. They're
never
like,
happened to you. That's never
no,
happened to you.
no. You pick who you date. Like, it's
Well,
just
yeah,
kind of,
Thank God you do.
Well, you know what I'm saying? I don't know guys that are that at a certain age, like we're not college children. He's like the man usually wants to show that, look, and my manly whatever, I don't
Uh-huh.
mind doing this for you. This is me taking you out. Okay. Because he's asking me out on a date. He's wanting to woo me. He knows
So,
what I come with as well.
so you're like a man's man.
What do you mean?
Like a man, like, look, I'll take care of a woman
Um,
at all costs.
I know I like guys that can, but I don't utilize that, to be honest with you, because then that's me being stupid. So let me tell you, okay, so let me give you the breakdown.
All right, all
I
right.
have my job, I have my stuff or whatever.
Yes, you
I
do.
don't have to go and shack with a guy, or we're boyfriend and girlfriend and I'm at your place all the time anyway, so let's live together so we can split bills. No, no, no,
Uh-huh.
no, no, no. I need you to know that if I'm with you, it's because of you, the person. So that way, if no matter what we decide to do, you can
Uh-huh.
go your way and I can go mine. And it's not, our relationship isn't contingent on, well, if I don't have you to split the other half, then I can't survive. You get what I'm saying?
Well, it's
And
not
that's
about
the beauty
survival.
of it. Huh?
Right. So if it's not about the survival and you say you want to be with someone just for who they are, and who they are is, you know what? I respect women who can pay for their own shit. And
I don't
so
know any
that's a
guys that
no-no.
care about that because they're like, I don't need her to pay for that. I like paying for her stuff. Like as far
What
as
if they don't
dinner
offer
goes,
what
he's not paying my bills or
no,
anything.
no, no, no.
Oh,
I'm not going that far. That's
right.
extreme. I
So
think
you're just
that's
talking
extreme.
about dates if he
Yeah,
doesn't
I'm just
offer?
talking about going to, like, has anybody got it wrong with you in a sense that you showed up, you like the guy. The guy's a good guy. I mean, he picked you pick him. You said yes. He came to pick you up, so it's his gas money and all that good stuff.
He didn't come and pick me up. No, I never let you pick me up on the first date. Never.
Why? You don't, okay, you don't want him to know where you live. That's fair.
It's a safety thing. Yeah, I like to be
I
able to
get that. I
control
get
if
that.
I go. Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. So you
Yeah.
drive your own self to the spot, to the meetup spot, right?
Yeah.
And then you show up at the restaurant, you sit down, and you get the bill comes up, and the guy doesn't say anything. That's never happened to you.
That happened once.
Aha! There we go.
What is that? Aha. Aha. I got to
No,
do
you said you
that.
don't know a single guy who's done that.
That would be comfortable with accepting, knowing that like I wanted someone to split the bill. Like I just don't consistently date guys like that. So he's like, so you want to split this? And I was like, you know what? I'll do you one better. I said, I'll get it. And I got the entire date and I left. Because let me tell you something.
Uh-huh.
I didn't need to be shady or anything like that. I know for a fact what people are taught and they know what chivalry is. And if he liked me,
Uh-huh.
then he would, and if his money was where it was or whatever, he would have paid for it. But that was my grateful, my gracious, I'll take care of it, but I'm not talking to this dude again. And I didn't.
Well, you
And it was
split or you took care of it all? Because
I
it's
just
different.
took care of it and I did.
Oh, well,
Because
okay.
one thing is, it's all like, you should feel like that big because you talk about all this stuff, blah, 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 and you can't even pay for a girl's dinner. Like,
Okay, so it was not a split. You took care of the whole bill.
I sure did. And I said, here you go, have a good day.
How did that?
That's a guy that's going to miss out on a whole lot of girls doing stuff like that. So I did him a solid.
I wonder where is that now?
Oh, I don't want to be shady, but I know where he's at. And it's so funny.
Where is he now?
I've
Is
seen,
he still
he's
single?
married and all those different things. And it's so
Well, there
hilarious.
you go.
Yes. But the thing is, though, again, it's the guys will do for girls that they actually really like. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, you think
They
he didn't
really
like
will.
you? He didn't like you
Um,
enough to even pay his own share.
No, I think based on our conversation, because we talked about a lot of stuff, he was still stuck in that last relationship. You know what I mean? Still
Doesn't mean he should
broken
expect you
up
to pay.
about that. Huh?
That doesn't mean he should expect you to pay at all. It couldn't be like, look, I
No,
pay
it's
my part, you pay your part. We split halfway and be done.
you're
Then move on
missing
to the
the
next thing.
whole part there. He was still talking about his ex and
Oh,
what
okay.
she
Well,
did to him.
that's
And
different.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. And I was all like, baby, you don't need to be dating. You need to be in a therapist's office. That's where you need to be, Lord,
Oh,
and I was like, he
okay.
he
So,
didn't need to be dragged for that. Yeah.
so what's going on now with the pandemic and everything? You're over here with your popping eyes and you're in a corner of a waiting room of a spa or something, whatever your background is.
This is my house. That's my meditation space.
That's what I'm saying. Look like a spa waiting room.
You were
You got a
so
little
funny.
waterfall in the background. I don't know, some shit.
Could
Anyway,
you imagine?
looks like it.
That's awesome. I wish that was the case. It's like instead you got a cat that's offering people, different things. Would you like to relax? How you doing? Everything cool? No. It's been the pandemic has been a really, believe it or not, powerful experience for me. I feel like the whole lockdown thing.
Are you are you by yourself?
I've been, I live by myself only.
I don't know that. I'm not looking up your stuff.
You don't have to. It's just anybody that knows me knows that I don't do roommates.
I mean, okay, but you could be not unless you're living alone, but at least you have a partner or somebody that you can. That's your pod, quote unquote. Where this is the people that you can be around, like your family, and you're going to be safe.
So I am in this apartment, locked down since March 13th. And so now I officially just office out of my home. Okay. And so it was for a while where I didn't see anybody, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And it kind of got really weird, especially when we didn't really know anything. So I went through a whole bunch of different emotions, and if anything, 2020, and that taught me a lot of shit about me.
What have you
About
learned,
how I
Sheena?
look at things. Huh?
What have you learned, Sheena?
Sarcasm, eau de toilette. Smell like shit. Stop wearing it.
No, I'm serious.
No, I'm gonna give you the real.
This is your meditation corner. So I'm like, I'm trying to bring it down a little bit.
Yeah, well, I had to create that meditation corner because I was just so like, you feel like you're breaking down and then you watch the news and you have to tell yourself to stop doing that. Then before we were able to kind of eke out a little bit, developing relationships digitally. And that was kind of different. You know what I mean? Like I met someone on Facebook and we became friends and it was like, yeah.
Hold on. How do you do that?
Because I know someone on Facebook.
Because Facebook got into the whole dating app thing for a while. I don't know if it's still
No. It was not that. No.
Was it like a friend request or somebody you knew?
Yeah, it was a friend request or something, or it was, I don't even remember how it happened where I don't know if this guy responded to a message or comment or something. You have people that are on your Facebook that you were either at a show of yours or something. And we just kind of started talking and joking. It's like, let's video message. So that was like the only kind of real interaction I had. Well, this is kind of cool. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh. And that was just random. Like, what was the initial comment? Like, how did it spark?
Oh, it's not like a relationship or anything. I don't even remember.
No, it doesn't matter. Just somebody.
I'm just giving you the abridged
I'm not saying
version.
you fucked them. I'm just saying.
I don't remember how or what it was, but something prompted hey, you're so funny. Want a video message, seeing how we can't meet anybody or anything like that. And I was like, okay, so through Facebook Messenger, sort of like this, it's like a FaceTime. Mm-hmm. So I was like, that's my dose of human interaction. So I would be cooking or doing something and he's doing the same thing at his house.
Y'all virtually cooking with each other?
It was like a digital friend. Yeah, it was kind of funny. And so that kind of happened. And I remember it's like, we should meet each other, but how are we going to do this? So we came up with this brilliant idea of, okay, you can meet me here. And there's a lot of like different green belt, like field things where I live. So it's like, you get a blanket and you sit yours 8 feet away from me and mine's, 8 feet away from you. So we're still like,
okay.
Does that make
social
sense?
Distancing, yes.
Yes, because it's like, I don't know who you've been contaminated by or whatever. And that was our safe way to get to meet in person.
So y'all talk from like 6, 8 feet away from each other?
Yeah.
On your own blankets?
Uh-huh.
Just shouting?
So, do what?
Just shouting? There's a bunch of people around or?
No, you're not really shouting if you're out here. Because, out here in Lake Travis, it's quiet. So it's really not that far. So we're just sitting here. Imagine nobody being in a park and y'all are sitting on blankets, like you would be able to hear. So it was really cool. It was neat. And then it's like, okay, well, bye. It was nice meeting you, but that fizzled. But I'm telling you this part of the story for a reason.
You didn't pay for your groceries when you were cooking?
No. Oh, you think that's a requirement?
I don't know. You got to pay for dinner. You got to do like a HEB or favor, or he sends the groceries over so you can cook.
I'm just laughing at these low standard ass dudes. But anyway, so like I was saying.
Go ahead.
So that was just kind of interesting thinking to yourself, oh my God, is this where the world is? You know what I mean? Because we don't know. We haven't gotten enough information. And then there's no toilet paper. And I was just laughing. You know how many comedy sets I came up with this? I'm going to give them all to you. I was like, these dudes already do base model ass stuff. I can only imagine. Now it's just so like to get a girl, it's like, hey girl, I got some Charmin and some bottled water. Girl, give them the draws now. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I got wipes.
That's leverage. That's how you get booty now. So like, girl, he's so cute. Really? Uh-huh, girl. And he got a case of Charmin. For real? Yeah. That's why them fools that bought all the toilet paper, they're thinking, I'm going to get more hoes than clothes. Watch. And then they got stuck with that stuff because they're thinking that's going to be the new Bitcoin with some damn toilet paper. Ain't that some mess? And sanitizer.
You have to get up early to get that shit at the grocery store.
You did?
And when it first broke out.
Over that?
Oh, check this out. I went to, I was looking for, so my son's was going to school and they had all these, like, you have to get all these supplies.
Right.
You know, and some of it you have to donate to the school because it's a very small school. And they're like, oh, we need Clorox wipes. And I'm like, it's August. We're not talking like early March when the lockdown is. We're in August. Like, oh, we need 8 packs of Clorox wipes. I'm like, where do you get Clorox wipes? I mean, they're back ordered on Home Depot, HEB, right. Walmart, everything. And then word got out that Walmart had it, but you had to get there like at opening time. I shit you not. And so I went to the Walmart here on 35. I show up and sure enough, there's like, 3 shelves of Clorox. The top 2 are empty. The bottom one had about 10 left. And I showed up at 8:00. Okay. So I'm like, and it says, it didn't stay on it because, there was a like a restriction. You can only get like 2 per household.
2 or something like that per person. Yeah.
And I don't see any paper or anything. And I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to grab 3. Yeah. And I'm like, I'll be civilized. I'll be nice about it. I don't want to like deprive somebody else from getting Clorox because you guys still have it.
Yeah.
I go to the cashier and I'm like, you guys don't have restrictions on Clorox wipes? I didn't see a paper out there like HEB does. He goes, no, we don't. For real? I ran my ass back to that aisle. I grabbed all 10 of them. I didn't even grab a cart. I did not even grab a cart. I had all 10 like this, like a fucking hoarder. And I ran back to I'm like, here, next time put a fucking sign, but I'm grabbing all these tins.
Dude, you have to though. Listen.
I had to. It was a requirement for my son to go to school. Fuck y'all. Right. My son's going to school.
Exactly. And you have to give yourself like a fighting chance or whatever. So I totally understand that. But I'm like, listen, I'm not going to nuck if you buck over them damn paper. You know what I'm saying? So I came up with so many different remedies and different things, I'm telling you, which I will share with you. But if you run into that situation again, you probably got caught sleeping on these things, right? And you need to get them. There you the hell just
I don't know, but you're hot.
Dude, I live by myself and that stresses me out though. I'm telling you right now. If y'all see a whole orc back here.
Something's going on. Your spa waiting room corner over there. Something going on. You've been alone too long. That guy is where you live. It's the ghost of the dude that you paid. It's the ghost of the dude you paid the whole.
You know what's up? This is the ghost of fuckboys past.
Yeah.
Since I was so low budget, I can't do any like cool paranormal stuff. So I'm gonna have to like eat the last of the crackers or move your cat's food bowl or something.
But let me ask you this: so you have a meditation corner. Like this started with this pandemic, or you already had that?
No, I've always had that. Would you guys like to see it? There's a Thai Buddha and all kinds of stuff, and there's my different oils.
You are strategically sitting where you can see the plant. And you're on one side of the screen and the plant's right there, like you're doing a commercial. So it's perfect. Don't move. We can see it.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't want to bring y'all into my energy space anyway, because y'all might be crazy and mess up my chi and stuff. And then I got to wait for Amazon Prime to send me a whole new chi and talk to Jesus. I'm not doing that.
But what's the like how have you said earlier that
Evolved.
you've
Yes.
evolved with this pandemic,
Yes. Yes.
spending
Yes.
time
Yes.
by
Yes. Yes.
yourself and all that stuff. So
Yeah.
what, because I remember at one point you were Sheena 1.0, and then I forgot what happened and you became Sheena 2.0. Oh, I know what it was, because so
Please don't say nothing crazy that's gonna make me want to fight you.
no, it's okay. It's remote. You don't know where I live.
I sure
Um,
I remember.
no, you don't. Nah, I moved. Um, Still in Austin, but I moved. Anyway, but there was I remember what it was. Uh, every time that we talk, I'm always telling you, and look, Sheena, it's a world out there. There's a lot of stuff happening that you're missing out on because you didn't go out. You didn't go out, even though you could dance. I remember you dancing, being a good dancer. Okay, there you go. So, and I was
Yeah.
like, Sheena, why don't you go out? Why don't you go out there and have a good time, like roll with us or whatever? And you never did. And then you promised me it was the end of the year, and you promised me with the new year, whatever year I was, 2015 or 16, and you said, you know what? Even your friend encouraged you, and you said, oh, you know what? I'm gonna take a step out. I'm gonna go out. I'm gonna go out there, and I'm gonna have a good time. Blah blah blah. Back where the club's at, where the bar's at, and I don't even know if that happened. Maybe it did. I don't know. But so now this is Sheena 3.0 upgrade, hopefully. So
Does she
what
not
have
look
you learned?
upgraded to you? I mean, is this not upgraded? Look at this beat and this face. And I know you saw the ab flex. She's upgraded.
Okay. Pandemic upgrade.
And a warranty. I want you to know you getting your money worth.
Yeah. If you pay for the dinner, you're getting your money's worth. Put it that way.
If I'm paying for a dinner, then I have given up on life.
No. If a dude, I'm talking to all the dudes out there.
Ah.
If you're paying for the entire date, you'll get your money's worth. Is that fair? Maybe that sounded wrong.
No.
That
This
sounded wrong.
sounds
That
like a
sounded wrong. That
horrible
sounded wrong.
commercial. This is like you trying to sell something at cons. The hell? If you
Okay,
don't take them raggedy khaki pants and that old dusted ass maroon blazer down somewhere.
Purchase necessary. Anyway, so tell me.
But we do not accept HEB Buddy Bucks. Okay, don't even try no shit like that. Not
no
a
Bevo
Revlon
Bucks
coupon.
either.
Do what?
No Bevo Bucks either.
None of that. Bevo. None of that. No.
Okay, so tell me what is it? How have you evolved over the past 8 months?
8 months? Oh man.
Whenever the pandemic hit, yeah.
Yeah.
What were you doing before and it hit you and you're like, oh, the world's going to shit. So I'm gonna go back to my lair and do what to improve myself?
Ooh, I got reconnected with my spiritual side, my herbal healer side. So all my different salves and different things that I like making, because I know that everybody's losing their shit. So I had to go back to what I normally do, with my candles and reminding people like, hey, are you saging yourself? Even beyond that, are you doing your spiritual baths? Look at you right now. That is what this time was for, to get everybody to get 2 scoops to sit your ass down on a waffle cone, right? Because you got to think about, you're able to go out and move and groove and do all the stuff. So all the real shit you didn't really have to pay attention to. Now you're forced to, you know what I'm saying? So if you're sitting here in a confined space with you and you're human, there are a lot of folks, and everybody sees it as a bad thing. I saw it as a blessing, where you got to get real and say, do I really rock with this person that I chose to be with? You know what I'm saying? For the right reasons. And I think people found out, and that's why there were so many different divorces and stuff, which can be a healthy thing. Everybody looks at it as negative, but it's like, no, y'all both got to sit down and be real. Because when someone asks you, if there's anybody you could be trapped with during like an apocalypse, who would it be? And you throw out a name, everybody got a whole sample of what that was. And so if you're married, it's the person that you chose. And so if it's going down, this is survival, we don't know what's going to happen, you really got to test that out. You know what I mean? And see, do I really like you? What's going on with me that I need to fix, or this other person? And how can we work it out? Because we can't run and hide anywhere. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, did you start a 1-800-Sheena hotline or something?
Why do you say that?
Because you're talking about other people being married and I'm talking about you. Like, what did you do for yourself? Or are you helping others?
I am helping others.
Oh, but are you doing it for others? What about for yourself?
That is part of what makes me happy, though. Whenever I'm in that low spot, you know, where you just feel stuck and you're like, what the hell?
Uh-huh.
I've noticed that anytime I'm there in that space, I'm like, what can I do? And I call it racking random acts of kindness. And I know it sounds cliche. Don't roll your eyes
No,
because
I
you
was
just
trying to I
don't
was trying to
know.
figure out the acronym. That's why.
Random act kindness.
Yeah.
You have no idea how somebody's like really just had a fucked up day and has really gone
That's
through it.
true. That is true.
You know what I'm saying? You just
Hmm.
don't. That's why I don't play with people like that. Cause I'm like, you don't want to be the straw that broke that back. You know what I'm saying? And they Megatron on your ass.
Hmm.
Rightfully so. But I would just do little things like put together like a little scented candle with a little bit of sage or whatever and a beer in there and say, you know what, meditate and just chill out and be you. And just give it to somebody random. You know what I'm saying?
Well, first of all, how do you give it to somebody if it's on lockdown? And two, how did people respond? Like, who are these people you were helping?
So I would call and I would be like, hey, you know, girl, I haven't talked to you in forever or
Oh, right.
whatever. And it's just like, you know, spray it down or somebody on Facebook. And I'd be like, what's your address? Oh, it's this. Or like my new insurance customers, because I still had to work. I would
Right.
be like, what time? Or, you know, to make sure that it's not raining or something. And I would be like, what's your exact address? I'm going to leave this outside of your door. So I
Oh,
would do
wow.
stuff like that. You know what I mean? Because you can still like even have Amazon sent to somebody's house.
Sure.
You know what I mean? So I would do different stuff like that that reminded me that I was still human because you get in here and you just start freaking out and getting scared and all this stuff and it's like no, keep the energy going in a good place because that was also remember when all the George Floyd stuff happened
Yeah, yeah,
too.
yeah. That's
And
why we
that
started the podcast again. That's when this should
yes,
happen.
yes, 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 yes. And so I know a lot of people that had a lot of misplaced anger and stuff. And it's like, if you have any type of spiritual tethering, you know that somebody's got to balance out those energies. And my Mother Teresa, no. But while everybody's hating and they're wanting to be divided, I could still do something by
Hmm.
buying gum or anything small and giving it to somebody that's not expecting it that day. You know what I'm saying?
So you were helping people to make yourself feel better.
I was helping people because it's something that we need to do. And that is part of me. If you think about what your purpose is, I'm
I mean,
loud and
don't get me
crazy.
wrong.
And
I'm all for it.
yeah,
I'm all
no,
for it.
I know. And I'm just telling you, like, and if I speak like that, as you know, I'm such an expressionate person. That's not a passive aggressive anything. If I want to be like ugly or weird towards you, I'll just do it.
I know.
But you know what I mean? I don't need to sugarcoat a turd. That's
Yeah,
stupid.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
You know what I'm
But
saying? It's
I'm trying to picture what the process is. You said you were you're messaging people on Facebook, strangers or friends.
I'm not done. I mean, it's a whole thing. It was just a myriad of different things. Somebody from high school, like we were in middle school together, actually. You
Uh
know,
huh.
it was one stop like town, middle school, high school, and
And what'd you say?
elementary were all on the same campus. And so this girl used to, without calling her out, she knows who she is. She would help me with my homework because I was always told that I was dumb. And so she would help me. And she still lives back in our hometown. And there were some times where I would read her posts about things. And
Uh huh.
so I was like,
Girl, you need
you
some
know,
help.
I would, you know, send stuff
Hey, here's
for
beer
her.
and a
And I didn't
candle.
even have a lot myself, huh?
Like, hey, here's a beer and a candle. You need help.
No,
Here's what I can do for
no,
you.
not without getting into what sometimes people need stuff more than you do,
Sure.
even if you're not Bill Gaten. And
Mm-hmm.
that's why I'm just kind of being vague about it because that's like, bless you. Someone
Thank you.
being like, look at what I donated. It's not about that.
Mm-hmm.
It's stuff like that. And it got me to connect with people I hadn't talked to in a while, like people on my mom's side. I got to meet my cousins for the first time in years, and we're best of friends now.
Wow.
Years. So I knew of them, but I never met them. Like after my mom died, nobody talked anymore. And somebody created the phone call, and it was a Zoom like this. So I
Mm-hmm.
was like, oh man, this is cool. The biggest thing was me worried about medicine and what was going to happen with that. So the homeopathic stuff, I really got into that because I was like, if the grids go down, because I'm thinking about an episode of Walking Dead, right? You know what I'm saying?
Worst
Like all
case
the
scenario.
CVS's and Walgreens are ransacked and shit, and things are going down. I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
I need to know what in my cabinet, herbs wise, because I've always done that anyway, but really sharpen up on that. So
Like
I've got a
making
solution.
you're making like homemade concoctions of
Absolutely. Like Argonaut of Medicine is one of the books that I got. Like if you see here, remember me showing you my burns from my motorcycle accident, right?
Yeah.
So if you can't get to the store to get what you were told to get, I was told or taught by this lady when I lived back home. She taught me about how to heal skin. So she's
Mhm.
like, you mix this together, that, and that works as a great salve that does the exact same thing. And it's shit that's in your cabinet.
Oh,
So
interesting. Okay.
yeah. And so I like to share that with folks because I'm like, if things go down, I'd rather have something that's as close as I can get to it rather than just be without. You know what I mean?
Were you really like concerned about, oh shit, this is, I mean, 2020 is fucked. We all know that. But like
Yeah.
this could actually last. This could
Yeah.
be the end of the world as we know it, quote unquote.
Yes. Yes.
And you're like, oh, there's people out there who need help. So I'm gonna do my part. I'm gonna play my part and drive all the way to their house and give them shit.
I tried to. Yeah. Whenever I
You tried
felt
to
like
or you
getting
did it?
out, I did.
Oh, okay. Don't
I'm
say you tried if you did it.
when I'm saying I tried to, it's not like I was doing that shit every day because my business started slowing down and the money that you were used to getting
Yeah.
wasn't the same. My whole financial structure completely changed. I'm a very independent woman. It's always been me that takes care of this. So
Hmm.
I'm scared out of my mind over here because I'm like, I have a lifestyle that I choose and that I also pay for, so nobody can take it.
I'll pay
So,
for it.
huh?
I'll pay for it.
Paying for a dinner and paying for my bills, there's not a man on this earth that's ever paid a bill of mine, ever. And I would never ask them to.
I respect that. I respect that. Good for you.
Yeah.
Good for you.
So
So
there was
did that turn into did that business turn profitable? Like were you making money doing that or were you just doing it
what
for,
business?
I mean, did that turn into something lucrative?
What?
Like putting
Giving
those little things together and giving them or
I didn't do it for business.
no,
That
no,
had
I didn't
nothing
say
to do
you
with my
did.
business.
Okay,
Oh.
so could that turn into something? I guess is my question.
Yeah, it is
Make
because
it
I mean I've got a
lucrative.
lot of great friends. I was able to surprise this couple that I met. I was selling insurance to them, and the man, he's hilarious, and I hope he doesn't listen in. But a friend of mine sends me his business overflow. He's like, Sheena, you're going to have a time with this. And I'm like, what? Is it like Grand Wizard from, the cake? He's like, well, this man's just real aggressive. He's this old grumpy
Grand
man,
Wizard what?
Grand Wizard.
KKK?
Yes. What other Grand Wizard do you know?
I don't know. What's the dude's name in Lord of the Rings? I don't know.
You
Fucking.
stupid. That's go. He's not a racist. He just be kicking it with fairies and stuff. And some dude asking about a ring. Don't group him in there. What's
Gandalf.
wrong with
Thank
you?
you, Carlin. Gandalf is who I was thinking to. Grand Wizard. Yeah,
No, no,
okay.
no, no.
And also, as a black man, that should have been my first thought. But I was like, did she really say Grand Wizard?
No, I was joking and I said I said, well, what is up with this man? He's like, he just says some out of pocket things and he doesn't realize that he's saying them. So how
Oh.
this person? And I said, oh hell, here we go.
And you
Because
still helped him out and
I
delivered?
did because this is like because part of me was my, she nosy sometimes. And I'm like, depending upon what I'm talking I want to know and I want to see
Uh-huh.
what this man's going to say because he doesn't know what I look like. And often people mistake me for being white on the phone. So
How? I know you have a white voice you can put on.
you tried it.
You
We
can.
don't call them white voices.
Come on. This is racial America right here. Give me your best white voice when you sell insurance.
I don't have a white voice. If you'd like a stereotypical country stereotype, back.
That's that. Keep going.
Back like baby back ribs. Hit it from the back.
Oh, come on.
See,
I'm gonna quote you and say you tried it.
I tried you like a sample at Costco. But no, so I just wanted to see what this man would say, some of the crazy things. And I would listen to him and I was like, oh my God, he's one of those people that just says a lot of shitty, offensive stuff. And it's crazy. And I said, no one has ever taken their time with this guy and done something above and beyond, just surprising. And so I would talk to him and then he would talk to me about what he did in the past, how he was a percussionist. And I was like, well, so was I. So what I did was I had sent to his house a pair of these really nice darker wood grain drumsticks and this peony like body butter stuff for his wife. And I called him up and I said, Mr. We'll just say nobody because I don't want to put his information out there. He's like, hey, what's going on, Miss Sheena? How you doing? And I was like, I'm doing okay. And I said, but hey, because he was screaming about how much he hated Democrats.
Oh, is it Trump guy?
I don't know what, I
Is it
guess, but
MAGA
he was
guy?
just all like, Democrats,
Chances
Democrats,
are.
I just hate
Chances are.
Democrats. Huh?
Chances are.
Chances are, exactly.
Okay.
Allegedly.
We'll just believe it and say
Allegedly.
he was. Well, he is
I didn't
still.
ask him because I would always get around that subject because I don't believe that there's a place you go into a voting booth by yourself for a reason. And so anyway, he's like, oh my God. And I called him. I said, hey, Mr. Nobody, I heard that there's going to be a bunch of Democrats, a Democrat rally right there in your neighborhood. I said, you need to go look outside right now. Are you shitting me? I just did. And he's old. He can't, check it. So he goes outside and he looks down. He sees an Amazon Prime box with their stuff in it.
And he knew it came from you?
Well, because it said my name and I had a note in there because you can do that.
But he still doesn't know you're black.
Oh, he does now. Yeah, now he does because he'd gotten a couple of emails, with my signature and stuff. But I ended up having the conversation and he was like, I had a different opinion and acted a certain way, with folks.
Really?
And yeah, well, because think about it, a lot of folks don't have it. I'm not making excuses for them, but if they don't care to or don't have the opportunity to intermix with somebody that looks different than them, you know what I mean? And especially when you're old, you take whatever you were told and you carry and you hold true to that because that's what you know it's true. And then you're so fucking off-putting, people don't even want to try to get to know your ass. So the opportunity is never going to show up because you're an asshole.
Yeah, I understand that, if you're not around a whole lot of black folks, you're gonna, whatever image of black people you have in your head that you see on TV or whatever, that's what you think they're all like.
Or anybody for that fact.
No, anybody. Yeah, it
young
could be anybody.
people.
Anybody.
Like, it was my age and the race that he
Sure.
was never, yeah.
And he was like, well, this doesn't make sense, but okay, this one is okay. But the rest of them niggas, fuck them.
I can't speak to what his thoughts are, but what I can do is just like, this is an example of you might need to check your ass and check yourself because one size does not fit all, sir. And you learn that through showing. And so I don't have to do that for everybody. And I sure as hell don't have the energy to do that. But for that person, I felt like.
You made a change?
A little bit, and it's like you allocate your energy to different stuff based on what you really genuinely feel like doing it. If you're doing it in hopes that you're going to be able to show it off to everybody, then don't fucking do it. But there are some folks you can just look at and feel and be like, you really don't want to be an asshole. It's just you're doing what's comfortable and nobody's ever corrected you. They don't know how.
Have you talked to the guy since?
Yeah, I check in on them from time to time and see how they're doing because they don't know how to do like Facebook and stuff like that. Like even finishing their policy was an act of Congress because you got to think about like that's where we're at now in the digital age. Right. And a lot of these older folks, they're like, now what the hell is that? Who sat on whose face? No, Facebook. Ain't nobody said.
What? The Book of Faces?
Yes.
No damn sense.
What's that pound sign thing for? What's it for? Yeah.
And they're here in Texas. So you haven't met them face to face because you just okay.
No, they're in like Dallas area or something like that. So.
Oh, okay. Would you? If one day they called you up and said, Sheena, I really like you. I can't do a white Southern accent, but I really like you. Would love for you to come and join us for dinner.
Absolutely.
One night, you would go?
Yeah.
By yourself?
Oh, yeah. I like to meet my folks. I love to do that. Like, sometimes they get new houses. Like, I go and sometimes and I'll bless their house. Like, I did that a couple of weeks ago.
Wait. You do what?
Bless the house.
How do you bless a house?
Stand outside of it. Say the prayer over it. Get the sage. Blow it all around the house. You know what I mean? Any old energy that is in there, make sure that it's cleared. Because this is their new home space. You know what I mean?
Oh, when you bought a new house, you're not walking down the neighborhood. I'm going to bless this house. I'm going to bless that house.
No, because that's crazy. Could you imagine? I would shoot at me.
Yeah, so thank you. I was like, who's this Negro going around blessing houses and throwing
could you imagine?
Sunflower seeds and going, hey, bless your house.
Could you imagine? Here it is. Hello, I'm Sheena Simmons from First Track Lace Front Tabernacle.
First time Lace Front Tabernacle.
And you gonna close the door in a bitch's face? That's okay, because your edges is out. We'll go to the next though.
Hello,
Hello.
I'm here to bless your house.
Listen, now I'm over here trying to do a rack. I know I got a big rack. I said I'm trying to random acts of kindness. You know what? You was on one of them sexual pervert splits anyway. I wonder if your neighbors know that. I'm gonna go somewhere else and do God's work. That's too much. No, I need to know where
this
I'm
one's
going.
this one's a 2-car garage. I gotta go double on this one. Give me our sunflower seeds. Come on.
Right.
I'm gonna need a lot of blessing. I'm gonna be here for 10 minutes in front of this house because it's 2-car garage. It's a 3-story house. The lawn is clean as hell. These motherfuckers need help. They might look like they have their shit together, but they probably don't. There's some violence going on in there. I'm gonna find out why. But before I do, I'm gonna bless this house first. So
you got to go up in there. It's just hello. Now this time I got my broomstick with a bay leaf. No,
I got beer candle.
Molly Maid. I'm not here to clean this bitch. I clean out them demons. And by the way, ma'am, you know that your husband is with the neighbor. God bless. But I'm on my business though, Kermit.
You're welcome. I'm going next door.
Hashtag thank you. Hashtag have your lawyer give me half of that settlement money. Look.
Bless your heart and bless this house.
Thank you. And it's just all like, ooh, girl, you know what? I was gonna say a prayer for you, but I figured y'all was already doing all of that ignorance because I saw some draws swinging in the air.
Dude, somebody should do that for real.
Okay, let me tell you how we're just going down the rabbit hole since this is what you guys are here
for
the back. Yes. I cannot wait until like I'm an old lady because I'm gonna be that one that acts like she don't see shit, but just like be dry snitching all the time on different stuff. Because that's gonna be my retirement plan. You understand what I'm saying? Where I could just pay women. It's just like, hi, my name is Miss Sheena. Anyway, I'm here to watch over all y'all husbands. When they turn up, baby, I'm gonna act like I can't hear shit, can't see nothing. And I'm gonna report the tea back to you. You can give that to your attorney and make some coin and do a percentage.
You have it all planned out, huh?
Listen, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, but I'm gonna be one of super lit old ladies too. Like I'm still gonna have like my boobs up here, nitrous oxide on my my hover around. What?
You're not worried about your boobs when you're old?
What? Like me stepping on my own areola or something?
I don't know what happens to fake titties when you're old.
If you don't maintain, let me tell you, think about back. How old are you?
30.
Oh God.
I'm kidding. I'm 38. I don't give a shit.
Okay, you shouldn't have. That's what I'm saying. When you start stepping on your own nuts,
I've looked the same since you've met me. I think.
Exactly. And I
so have
you.
I think we're all right.
I'm a Mrs. Potato Head reboot. You know what I'm saying?
Sheena Simmons is 47. You just can't tell.
I don't know.
You look good. You look good.
You were so funny.
Is a golden
47,
age.
nice. Okay. And she can still throw it in a circle.
Yep. She'll bless your house and send you candles and beer. Go ahead.
Shut up. You tried it. What the hell are we talking about? I missed my damn point.
About sagging titties when you get old.
Yeah, well, things sag and stuff, but you got to think about we in our 30s. Let's just say the later part of our 30s. Do you realize that we're going to be able to order up bullshit to glue back to ourselves on Amazon Prime? What are you talking about? It's going to be like this. Amazon Prime, how can I help you? Yes, I'm pissed the hell off. Why? Because I ordered a new kneecap and a new set of titties. And them shits was in beige. Now I look like a calico cat. Ain't this about a bitch? And I got somewhere to go.
If you can get like a fake titty repair kit when you hit 45. Just in case, a repair kit, just like bikes have a repair thing. You can just like put it in your backpack and you can inflate your tires again, all that good stuff. Same thing.
I'm checked in for it. Listen, because I told you I had these installed for safety. Because I was like, if
I like how you use the word install.
It is an installment. You gotta lift up the pectoral muscle, stuff the thing up in there. And, shake it all about and hokey pokey and all that extra and make sure that it's done right. Because you cannot have, if I see one more bad boob job where you got one boob is out the pasture and somewhere else I'm going to lose my mind. And I said, stop getting shit off of Groupon that you ain't got no business. Okay.
The ass ones are the one that blow me away
The ass.
because remember that lady that was doing illegal butt injections with cement, with
Yes.
fucking
Okay. So this
cement.
is what was happening. This is
Carly,
such a
if you can
popular
look that
deal.
up real quick.
Huh?
I was talking to my producer, see if you can pull it up. The lady was had illegal,
Yes.
was doing it like in an alley or some shit. She's putting cement in people's butts.
Let me give you the whole tea on how that works, because I know people that, I don't know people that have gone to do that, but it's like, if you've
I
had
hope you don't.
surgery and stuff done, no, I don't know anybody that's getting no low budget stuff. That's the one thing you don't want the homeboy hook up on. Now, if somebody's cousin knows someone, what was that? Oh, that scared me.
Yeah, there we go.
It was this guy, and he was like a drag queen, right? And so what he was doing, and let me tell you, we're gonna pray for those folks, but it's so damn stupid. Huh?
We're gonna bless their houses if they have a house.
Shut up. You tried it. I'm not you know what? This is why I don't tell people stuff. Anyway.
Go ahead.
So imagine this.
Mm-hmm.
Girl, this sound like a good deal. What? We can go to the local La Quinta. There's somebody that's going to give us ass shots. That was the location, the spot. And they got a whole cooler. They don't even got a Yeti. Okay. They got some shit with a damn.
That one of them like blue HEB coolers.
Yes. With the damn, where the polar bear got mange, she got spots where the fur and shit is missing. Like, y'all ain't even tried. You know what I'm saying? And that's the type of cooler. And they were putting Fix-A-Flat in there. Okay.
I don't know what that is.
Caulking that you would use, like to.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
That type of silicone. So household grade, not medical grade silicone. And then sealing the shit up with damn crazy glue. And so what they were giving these girls, and these chicks thought this was a good idea. And this happens every single day. Seriously, because they can get this stuff off the black market. You'll see like some dancers, they wanted these ass injections so bad. They were like, oh my gosh, it was obvious. They would be on the dance floor because they would go right after the procedure. It's like this oil concoction that they would do for like the butt thing. Yes. And so they would inject it and it would look okay.
Right
and
before
to seal it off, they would use super glue.
Shit.
Yes. And I'm sitting here like, how does that sound like a good idea? I wish my plastic surgeon would let Dr. Moscow come in with some good old, like I said, babe, I hope that's your lunch. The hell is that?
I don't blame. See, this is the thing about America. And you just look at me like, what the fuck is he about to say? There's a business for everything. There's money to be made in everything, right?
Yeah.
And yet, so this lady was like, look, I got caulking, I got super glue, I got whatever that first word you said earlier, and I'm going to make a killing with these butt injections. And some women were like, yeah, I can do that. I'm going to go. So I don't blame that entrepreneur. I blame those dumb motherfuckers and dumb bitches who actually went and did it.
Correct.
There's a market for everything. When I first heard, I remember I was in France at the time. I was a kid, and I'd like Chia Pet was the thing. And it was like, look, no, it wasn't Chia Pet. It's like, oh, there's a rock. It was like a pet rock. Like that was, you could go and buy a pet rock for like, I don't know, $5-6 or whatever the fuck that was.
And that's why we got meth heads today. But
and everybody, yes. And the people were like, I got to get me one of that pet rock. Who would have known that pet rock was a market? That's a fucking market, pet rocks.
Okay.
You can't afford a dog. You can't afford a fish. So I'm going to go get a rock. So somebody said, I'm going to walk down this beach, pick up all these rocks, clean them up a little bit, and sell them online for $5. And some dumb motherfucker is going to go, you know what? I'm lonely. I need to give me a pet rock.
Time out, though, before we throw the judgment card. Pet rock, dumb motherfucker. I say this like anything else that you choose in life.
Whatever makes you happy.
It could have made them happy. You know what I'm saying? But there is I look at it like this. With the person that has the business of, I'm going to do injections, whatever YouTube tutorial they figured out, think about the consumer, right? If you have all this stuff, and let's say if you're a dancer in that industry, okay?
Yeah. And
it's all like, this is what gets us the most tips, blah, 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 okay? And then Keisha down the street or whoever comes in and she all of a sudden has that, let's say the ass. And you're like, I know she can't afford it. And you're like, where'd you go? I'm gonna put you up all game, right?
I know this.
It's no different than the person that knows the guy that's standing behind the damn dumpster with the fake Rolexes and the Louis Vuittons
It's
that
a
are
hustle.
upside down.
You
It's
can't
the
knock the
same
hustle.
shit.
Yeah.
Dapper Dan did the same thing, but then he got in trouble so much, but then he ended up being legitimate after a while. But it's still, if this person is saying no, it's gonna be safe and you're okay, then I get it. Like if you thought that you were going to a legit place and something goes down, then whatever. But if you know that you're getting this black market shit, after some point, we've got to be responsible for ourselves as adults. You know what I'm saying?
Thank
like,
you.
if you can't afford it, don't go get it. If you can't afford to take a girl out, and the traditional word for a date, don't ask her. Don't wait till you get there and then like, can we split it? You know what I'm saying?
Oh, we're going back to that.
It's all relevant. It's all relevant of whatever it is. Just be in that integrity space. You know what I'm saying? But this whole thing, I didn't know it was gonna do this stuff and fuck me up, girl. You put radioactive stuff that Bob Vila uses in your ass.
I'm gonna make a quick reference. Well, first of all, I'm sure when this lady was like, "Hey, I bet you I can start a plastic surgery business," and some people would buy it. Bet. I'm gonna get caulking.
It
I'm
was
gonna
a
get all that
black
shit.
market thing. It was a transgender male that actually put this together because he did his
Only
own
a dude will come up with this shit. Only a dude be like, "Hey, how you do the injection? All right, you know what? I'm gonna get some caulking. I got that in the garage. I haven't used it on my sink in 2 years. And then what else? Glue. Yeah, my son goes to school. I'm gonna get the glue.
Let me tell you, I don't need anybody picking up shit that they're gonna touch me with talking about some.
Don't pull out your broom. Is that a broom?
Be still. Yes, I drive this.
You what?
I drive this.
You drive this? What do you mean you drive this?
Like a witch, fool. A broomstick.
Oh.
You so stupid. But I'm just saying, it's just like
I'm from Africa. We have the same thing.
That's the problem. It's like, hold on just a second. We don't have no real anesthesia. Ooh, but we got a corner of Hennessy left. Some aspirin. Oh, give me some of them Flintstone. I'm sorry, we've been running low.
This is absinthe. Here, take a couple shots.
That's literally what the girl said. If you watch the episode, it's so sad. It was on a Tyra Banks thing where she flew to Miami to get this shit done. And a lot of that stuff happens too. What kills me is the eye surgery thing. I was cashed out when I heard
eye surgery, like bootleg eye surgery. People fell for that.
Yes.
I mean, I understand desperate measures there was different times, desperate measures, some shit like that. But come on, eye surgery.
It's not even desperate. It's a convenient thing. Because if you think about it, if I want to be
my God,
I could just stuff my bra. Or if you get implants, you don't have to fuck with it. Same thing. So like if you want to change your eye color, if it has not been approved, I mean, this is your damn eyes. So you now can have, and it's not approved anywhere, which should be a ding, 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 ding. They're just not trying to cock block you.
Yeah, there's no DR in front of your name. What the fuck?
Yeah. So these girls are going to overseas. And so instead of just boop, boop, contacts, 2 minutes, there's a procedure where they can, lift that up and it's like a contact, like, the color, but it's put under as if, you can get those permanent lenses and and so they're thinking this is great, this is wonderful, but guess what, it's not taking, or it's in a country where it's kind of whatever. If I have to go overseas because it's not been approved and it's kind of sketchy, it's a bad idea. And so girls are losing their eyes, their limbs.
That is sad.
It is.
That's fucking sad.
I love being able to be creative with my body. I'll just say that. As a Black woman, dark skin, we can wear whatever hair color, whatever. Don't get it twisted. It doesn't mean that we don't love ourselves. It just means like I can just decorate my tree however I want to any day of the week and it's fine. But if you're not going to do it right and you're going to go the bootleg route and that's what you're doing, stop, have a seat with this lawsuit type of stuff because you already knew what you were getting into. You know what I'm saying?
Supposedly you already knew, or you just like,
You do know because when I want to
there's some naive people out there. Let's be honest. There's some naive people out there. Look, when you can, hold on. If you get those, those email from Nigerian prince, and people fall for it, or people watch, what's that show? 90 Day
Catfish.
Fiance. Oh,
Catfish.
oh yeah, catfish. Any scam where, hey, look, if you give me this money, then I can do this for you, but I have no credential. You don't know who I am, you know where I am, you know how I do this or whatever. It's your fault. It's not the
That's
dude's fault for scam. You're the scammer. Yeah, it's illegal. Fine. There's a procedure for that, but there's no procedure for you're just a naive person.
okay.
If you
So,
believe all that stuff and you fall for it time and time over and again and spend thousands of dollars on that, that's on you.
but I agree with you. But to soften that up, and I think this is good for our listeners because a bunch of that shit is about to happen. So we'll go through a couple. So back.
I got that
We'll
Rona
start with
vaccine
the
right
whole.
here.
What'd you say?
I got the Corona vaccine right here. You want some?
Right? It's just like now my
This
home
is gonna happen.
raccoon made it, but that's cool though.
Yeah,
We got this.
it's
Now,
raccoon
and
piss and and my saliva.
it's from the earth. It's from the
Yes,
earth.
exactly. A little bit of weed on it. There's a little bit of meth, and then trust me, Rona will be gone tomorrow. Promise.
So I'm telling you, listen, and your 401k and your teeth.
And your teeth. Yeah, I'm saying it's
And
gonna
all you
happen.
have
Watch.
to do is put it in a package that's either khaki or green. Have you noticed that? You see
Nuh-uh.
something that's khaki or green, you're like, this is natural.
On
You
the
don't ever
package.
look at it.
No,
Yes.
I don't buy herbs and stuff like that.
No, I'm not even talking about herbs. It's like if they're like, this is homeopathic, the packaging is always like, earth tones, and you automatically associate that with being healthy.
Yes.
So it could be like, this is radioactive rat piss. And all it would need is a beautiful green leaf on the front with a khaki and green. And you'll be like, bitch, this shit is earthy. Look at the package.
See, you're proving my point that people
It's
are naive.
marketing. But that's a section of it. So when it comes to the Nigerian scam artist things, let's say if you're going on Match.com, and yes, you guys are getting a negative energy, right? Or not negative energy, or negative information.
Sure.
Match.com, right? And here's this guy that is, because they've gotten really, really good with this, taking pictures from Google of a totally different dude, right? I can go and get a bio from damn anywhere, right?
Yeah.
Especially if it's somebody that's got a title. And so creating something like that is hella easy. Think about how easy it was for you to make your Instagram. And then you could probably have 7 other Instagrams if you wanted to.
Yes, I totally see it.
Okay. So if I'm saying, hi, I'm so-and-so interested in you, and this is Betty, and she's, not the shiniest tool, whatever, and this dude is talking to her and wooing her. She's in that mindset, and she's like, oh my God, I think he's for real. And she's able to Google him and all this stuff. So she thinks it's damn legit. Now, this is where girls are stupid and guys.
Judgment call.
Guys and girls. Okay, people. We're just going to say people are stupid. So here are
a big judgment call there, Sheena.
People are. They can be because
I said naive. I didn't say stupid. I said stupid earlier, but now I say naive. All right, fuck them. They're stupid. Yeah, sure. People are stupid. Go ahead.
They can do some stupid stuff.
People do stupid shit. Like, there we go. Let's be PC. Yeah.
If somebody
PC.
is saying, let me talk to you and all of this, and I'm so into you, and I need you to send me money for blah, blah, blah. If you got all this coin and you got $1 million, money gets you things that you need. You don't need my assistance for shit. So that's a dead ringer. You know what I'm saying? That it's not okay. If this person is going to sit here and chat with you for however long, it's 2020. You can find a way to FaceTime, Messenger, somebody. So if they're refusing to see you, that person has got a whole wife at home or a husband, they're married or whatever. Those are the telltale signs. But if nobody is putting you up on game, I guess. But that's the dating sites. I see how people get bamboozled in that. But whenever it comes to medical procedures, are you going to Taco Bell for a pap smear?
No,
you know what I'm saying? You be the first
but you
one
were
to
right.
call your homegirl, huh?
You were right earlier about, people like the convenience. And it's not a money issue.
Microwave world, which will get your ass caught up.
Exactly, but it's not a rich or poor thing. Yes, if you have disposable income and you lost $1 million from the Nigerian prince, you'll be okay. But those guys will prey on people who ain't got no money, or at least enough to get by, and they put a second mortgage on their house.
Yes,
their kids don't go to college.
Yes,
just because they think that this guy they're gonna marry this guy and move to Nigeria, or the guy promised them a business. I remember I got into and I was naive. I still am to some degree. I
Oh,
got it.
I can hear. Can I get me another a beverage?
Really? All right, go. If you can still hear me. So I think I
Hear you.
was. Now I can keep talking. Oh, nice corner there, spa corner by the window. Anyway, I got into this like the pyramid. How are those called? The
Multi-level
level
marketing
marketing thing.
game.
At the time, which one was it? It was Advocare. Advocare. And I remember two of my friends, my good friends, were doing it, and they were like, "Yo, it's supplements, it's good for you, blah 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 blah." And I was like, I mean, yeah, it's like all you got to do is know 25 people who know 25 people, whatever. You know how this shit works.
Multi-level marketing. That's not
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
That's not scam.
So I bought into it because I remember that they had like a seminar at a hotel, and they brought in like the top earners of the shit, like the first motherfuckers, the one that are like at the top of the pyramid, who
Yes.
now have an army of folks who were selling the shit. And they're like, "Oh, we just went on the cruise and it was so incredible. And you too can get on the cruise with me. So tell you what, if you can join and be part of my team, I'm gonna need $500 right now, and you can be a part of my team." And I saw people literally lose their shit in that conference room, lose their shit. Like they had a dance party. They started playing music. And people were like, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna be rich. I'm gonna be rich. I'm gonna join this thing. I'm gonna sell. I'm gonna call my aunt. I'm gonna call my grandma. I'm gonna call my cousin I haven't talked to in 5 years. I'm gonna call my neighbors. Blah blah blah." And you could see the euphoria of people like buying into that dream. And when I left the place, I was like, no, not for me. Maybe it works for some people, but I think that because they asked me when I first joined, hold on, when I first joined, they literally asked me, "Can you call anybody right now, like right now, that can give you $100? Can you borrow $100 for somebody right now so you can sign up for this program?" And I remember I called like 5 people, and I did get the $100 from a friend, and he told me, "Is like, back, I love you, but come on, I'll give you the $100, but you'll learn." And within like maybe it took about a month because you have to buy the supplies, you have to buy products and try them yourself, and then advocate for other people and all that crap. And I was like, this is way too much. There's no such thing as a get rich quick, a quick get rich scheme. Doesn't exist without work involved. Honest work. Well, take that back. You can get rich quickly with drugs, but go ahead.
Let me ask. Okay, so to me, there's a difference with that because
Don't put your hand
depending
on
upon
it.
what industry you've ever been in, let's just talk about sales. Number one, Advocare. Sure. I wouldn't say that counts as the same line of scam that you were talking about because it is just a different form. It's an annoying form of marketing, which I don't like to co-sign. And that is this. It's here's a product. Okay. Take the product and I think it's amazing. Right. And more than likely, your friends are going to think that it's amazing too. We're just going to say the product is this beer. Okay. Everybody drinks beer. Everybody likes beer. I know there's Bud Light and everything else, but I like this beer. Now, if I am this person and I'm like, okay, I have this beer that I created and I want to get it out. Some people will pay a marketing and advertising company, but I'm going to do it the quote more grassroots way. So let's say if I was like, Bat, come over to my house and I want you to try this beer. You tried it and you're like, I fucks with this beer. I like this. Wonderful. Cool. Don't you want to tell all your other friends? Because that's naturally what you would do anyway if you found something that you like. So stay with me. So it's like, okay, yeah, I would. So why don't you do what you would normally do anyway, except for here's a way for you to make money off of it. The whole thing of asking you to put up X amount was for you to buy your inventory and also to see if you had people that you would have. It's a test of your network. You know what I mean? Could you call anybody and ask them for $100? If you call somebody and ask them to give you money, you could also have them try a product that, in my mind, the person that came up with this product, that there's a 99.9% chance that they're going to like anyway. And so they set it up to where it's like, you're doing what you normally do, which is telling somebody about something that you think is awesome. And they give them the opportunity to do the same. Trickle down, trickle down, trickle down. Now, if it's not been broken down to them like that, then you have all these folks that don't really get that. and they will prey on folks that don't have the people skills. You know what I mean? Really.
Mm-hmm.
And they will believe in anything. Or you can target people that, you know, have a huge network of friends. Like, hey, you're popular in town. This will be easy as hell because it's a set it and forget it type of deal. I run like hell from folks like that because I'm like, you're that nerve wracking ass person that's always going to be like, hey, you want my product? Listen, homie, I got another job that I focus on, and I don't want to be that person that's asking folks to, you know, sign up, sign up, sign up. I don't like, so I wouldn't consider that like a scam. It's just, it's going to seem scam like if you don't know what the hell you're doing or if you're not checked in for shit like that.
Now I understand how it works and how marketing works. As a concept, I mean, there's a reason why, you know, a box of cereal looked the way it does. There's a reason why when you go to the grocery store, you know, things are at eye level and everybody wants that eye level shelf. People study that shit. It's human behavior. That's really, I get the science behind it, and I get why people do it. I understand that. My issue is more with the preying on people, selling that dream.
Correct. And that I don't
That's what,
agree with.
because I mean, at the end of the day, yes, in everyday life, you talk to people like, yo, check out this show, check out where'd you get these shoes? Every day we selling every day. Life is a
Yeah,
sales job. That's all we do is sell. Look at me. Look at what I look. Look, I'm on Tinder. Do you want to swipe right? I'm selling myself. Every day you sell yourself. Seriously.
as a salesperson, trust me, I believe that. But I also, as a salesperson, like I sell insurance. People hate me and used car, you know, salesmen because they think, oh, it's a scam, it's a scam. It's a case by case basis because I know what can result if you don't educate people on what they're getting. And that's my whole thing. It's I can't bitch about what everybody else is doing because I know and I see that they're doing effed up stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Me as a person, I'm sitting here like I'll be the first one to tell you. You can send me your stuff to look at what you already have, and I could do the comparison. So whether you shop with me or anyone else, you're at least educated on what you're getting. That's why I was starting a campaign called Protect the Dream That You Have Sold. Because everybody keeps talking about be self-made, get your own stuff, but nobody is telling people how to protect that. And it's messed up because if you have like an accent or something and you're not from here,
Mm-hmm.
I've noticed people treat you different.
Although I know
They
that.
do. You know what I'm saying? No, seriously. Like whenever I worked at a certain place, whatever, you know, selling cars, if a certain demographic came in, people would run like roaches and I'd be the only one that stayed. Because they're like, I don't want to deal with all that stuff. They act different. Da, 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 da. I was like, you got to think about this. They have different ways of how they do things where they came from. And all they need is somebody to take their time with them and show them, you know, the right way. It's not that they're trying to be buttholes. And so many folks, they don't care.
Okay, so this is a great segue. Thanks for that.
Yeah.
How have you dealt with the Black Lives Matter thing? Let me preface this by saying this. I started the show again when the whole
Yes.
George Floyd
Sure.
thing happened.
Yeah.
And we've talked a lot about, okay, who's responsible for, like you said, it always comes down to education, right? You know, getting the facts right and try to understand. But if you
Yes.
don't have the proper information, especially
Yep.
in the day and age where you're bombarded with information 24/7 on your phone,
Right.
on TV, well, mostly on your phone these days, but
Yeah.
it's hard to process and try
Yes.
to see what's true, what's not true.
Right.
So uh, we're trying to figure out where that line is, where you're like, hey, you know what? I'm gonna take it upon myself to actually
Yes.
teach these white folks how, you know, how to be human, really, because that's all we are, and treat people like they want to be treated, which should
Right.
be a basic concept. It's not that far-fetched of an idea.
Correct.
Or be like, hey, you know what? It's not my job to do that. They have enough resources, and if they really wanted to, they would do the work. I don't need to step in and actually sit them down and go, so this is how. No. How have you dealt with that?
So let's just go from the beginning. Let's use us as examples, okay? Without
Okay.
putting your business out there. Yes, you and I. Okay.
Mhm.
And so you are from my understanding, you were from our actual motherland, correct?
I am African and American, not African American.
Yes. African. Yes. So
It should be an
it's the
and,
break.
like when I
Y'all
say
better,
that.
we want to hear all them syllables. We want them pauses, all of that.
African and
Yes.
American.
Okay. So you are legit. So let's say I'm the Hill Country Fair version. You know what I'm saying? Because
Okay.
I'm African American, the US edition, but you were the homegrown. So we're just going to say Hill Country Fair and homegrown just to keep things. And that's not disrespectful, but just so people know.
I'm the
Okay?
original nigger. I can see it.
No, oh my God. Oh God.
I just took 2 steps back.
Oh, whoo. Now this is a good dynamic because it's like he's homegrown and I am African American that grew up in a small town that was predominantly,
You said what?
white, and you were always the minority.
So did
Now,
I actually. Yeah, but okay, go ahead. So
but technically, so we all see things different.
Mhm.
Now, there are going to be stereotypes and all kinds of stuff, and people have gotten used to the good old boy system where you can say and do and operate however you want to. And excuse me, growing up, I had to navigate through that. You know what I mean? But that was all that I knew. No one was, calling the N-word and all that stuff all the time, but I always knew that there was a difference. So like whenever it came time to like try out for cheerleader or something like that, you always knew that it was kind of like an unspoken rule where they had to, so it didn't look bad, pick 2 of us, at least 2 Black cheerleaders. And so out of the 7 Black girls in the high school, you knew it was going to be one of them, not because of talent, but because that's what they would allow. Whenever it came time
allow
homecoming queen and stuff like that, you knew it wasn't going to be you because that was just an unspoken thing and it was kind of normal. But you worked around whatever. Now, for me, I have had white people growing up that have done more to invest in me than my own people. Sometimes.
Really? Is that because of where you were, or is that your family?
No, I mean, it was like people that knew of my family that were like, they weren't on that because it's like we're all in a small town. It's like, I believe in you. And so they're like, we'll help invest in, what you're doing. You know what I mean? And they didn't owe me anything. So that's why I can't have that hard line of hatred, because it's like I've seen both sides of the fence.
Sure,
I'm getting to
you were
the
lucky.
point. You know what I'm saying? I promise you, it's all part of the story.
Yeah,
but
do you have siblings? I don't even know.
Huh?
Do you have siblings?
I do. I'm the youngest of 5.
Oh, I did not know that. And so they all lived it the same way?
Yeah. And they both live here. My brother is a surgical tech and he's also a percussionist. He's a gay guy. I love him to death. And there's my sister Mia. She lives in Manor. Her husband's white. We're a blended family, whatever. But we just kind of grew up around everybody. That's the whole countryside of me. I liking to go shoot and go hunt and stuff. That confuses people that don't know where I came from. They take that as, oh, you think you're white. It's like, no, it's in the country, we all got one stoplight for entertainment. So shit, we start.
It was Sheena's house. Everybody at the Simmons.
No, the Simmons house was not the turn up. The Simmons house is where you go if you want to see some crazy alcoholism and shit. Like, because my friends didn't understand. They thought that, the chaotic craziness that was going on in our household, they thought that they were putting on because they're not used to that. They're like, our parents, they think it's a game. And it's like, no, this is really how things were. But
do you think that people looked at you like, because it was, little small town, all right, the Simmons are all right because we know the Simmons and they're kind of like us. Simmons. No, but I mean, like, you were accepted as such because of where your family stood in the community. In other words, it wasn't the hood. It wasn't the hood, right?
Yeah, it was a mixture. You would never know if you didn't grow up in a small town. It was not like a ranking. I mean, there was like the poorest family in town and all this stuff. It was just, we kind of were there. My dad raised us on $22,000 a year, okay? And there was 3 of us. And a mom that was riddled with alcoholism. And so you kind of did what you did. It's a small town. You live through that. Okay. And then you have a choice of either staying there or moving to do something else. People that see me now in my adult years think that I had this like rich, like structured family. That was not the case. I just knew that
You have to get the fuck
watching
out.
what they were doing, huh?
You have to get the fuck out of there.
Yeah, that and just seeing like, they would stay kind of in the positions that they're in. Now, my father, all due respect, to this day, and that's I think that's where a lot of my ballsiness comes from. My dad still, I don't feel like he does not feel comfortable. Like if there's a white man, or imagine like my boyfriends that would come to visit, my dad still looks down.
Like out of what?
Like
Like
he does not feel confident in
being in front
speaking.
of. Oh, really?
Yeah, and with
Like a
confidence or
dominant,
whatever.
like in the submissive type of way, or in
Yes,
a
yes,
I can't look
yes,
this. Oh shit!
yes. So that has a lot to do with, and see now we're getting real down to the roots that you don't know. I
Hey, you're in your
always
meditation corner, so this is good therapy. Go ahead.
get these hoes up out my motherfucking
1-800
face.
Sheena for your therapy needs.
No, but I'm saying it's like, so whenever I would participate or try to do different things that were quote unspoken, but it was like, man, that's for white folks. Like whenever I wanted to do pageants, they're like, you're not gonna win.
You
That's
gotta be
not for us.
sweet.
You're not gonna win. And I was like, one of us has to put our name in the hat, or else it's always gonna be that way. You know
And
what
you
I'm
did.
saying?
You did. Were you
Yes,
Miss
but
Teen Texas?
I was never Miss Teen. It was always Miss. So I was Miss East Texas, Miss Wood County, and then Miss Westlake or whatever. But it was white people that had signed me up, you know what I mean, to do these things. But I'm saying this to say it's when you get put in a space and this is what you're told you're supposed to be, then we'll be there. And so
Right,
we
right,
have
right.
to push our way through. So that's where I'm at, and I'm here now. Okay. And so as far as educating folks, this is where things get good, because you can give somebody a soft read, you know what I mean?
As in,
And
bless their heart, they don't know what they're doing.
when I mean by soft read, because you automatically, because you get tired of it. You've reached your emotional quota of having to fucking correct people and tell them that I don't care how many times Lil Wayne says the N word, you better not fix your mouth to say it. Don't
Okay.
ask me, well, y'all can say it. I don't know who the hell y'all is, but I'm telling you that it is not okay. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. So what is this?
Twist off on these people. You give them the opportunity, and you say, and you have that sit down. Are you that safe, friend? I know that I am. That person is like, I'm the Negro thesaurus. You're gonna ask me, well, Shayna, what is twerk? What is twerk? What does it mean to twerk?
That's
What
a
does
good
twerk mean?
voice.
You know what I mean? Or you want to ask me all these different questions, but I understand that, and I know why you do.
Uh-huh.
But I hope you're asking because you really want to know, and you can go back and tell all your other friends. But at some point, we can't make excuses anymore for people's actions. If you've run a boardroom or something like that,
Mm-hmm.
you know how to interact with people. One of the first things they do in HR is they distribute this little pamphlet thing about how you can't have sexual harassment and all of this
We
stuff.
still have to tell people that. That's the thing. But to your point, like I grew up in a small town too, outside of
Yeah.
Paris. There were 3 black families in the whole town.
Mm-hmm.
So if you saw black kids in the streets, it was either me from like my
Yeah.
generation, it was either me
Yeah.
or the other black kid. And there was another family that they lived in an apartment. We lived in a house. And that family lived in an apartment down the street from us.
Yeah.
And they had like maybe 7 kids or something.
Mm-hmm.
But they always played with each other. They didn't really
Yes.
mingle with the other kids, even though there's only 3 families in the whole town.
Right.
And I remember my dad asking me, uh, like, why do you think you have so many friends? Why do you think that? And I was like maybe 11 or 12 at the time. Like, why do you think that your friends like coming to our house, but they
Right.
don't go to that family's house because they live in an apartment?
Yeah.
Right. And he said, is it because, yeah, you live in a house, like you're just one of them? Like you're because we're doing okay. I
Yeah.
work, mama works, you're going to school, you're good in class, you're not a
Right.
delinquent, you're not doing anything stupid in the
Right.
streets. Then people are like, oh, we like this Negro family. We can go over their house. Oh, they
Yeah.
African too. Oh, I can have some rice.
You
And no,
got
no,
the
no, no.
approval. You are
Exactly.
okay. You're in the okay
And
basket.
that really made me think. And
It does.
I was literally, I was, yeah, 11 and 12 at the time.
Yeah.
And I told him point blank, um, I said, yeah, there are people that will probably see it that way. But
Yes.
more importantly, I'm telling you just right now, the
Yeah.
friendships that I have here are gonna
Yes.
last for my entire life.
See?
And I'm 38 now, and I still fuck with people that I knew when I was 5. There's a
Yeah.
few of them.
Yeah.
Other ones, they go away and all that, which is fine. But
Yeah.
we still talk on a regular basis.
Right.
So I think that to go back to the education part, it does come down to education, and I get that. But I do believe that we live in a day and age where you have no excuse for not knowing. And if you're really trying to figure it out, if it has it like it's like telling somebody, hey, you got to lose weight, you got to lose weight. You know what? You're fat, you got to lose weight. Until it
Yeah.
clicks in their head that they need to do this shit and do the work, you're not going to lose weight. You can tell them all day, every day.
We're going to call this the default method, and we're going to call a thing. And that is this. You cannot tell me that you don't understand how to handle somebody of a different race. You don't understand why it's not acceptable for you to just do whatever the fuck you want to, because you get used to the good old boy system or the whatever system, and it's worked for you. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because if it's big enough for people to make a big deal and say and create a rule book based on it, saying this is what you don't need to do, then you're aware of it. It's a choice.
Exactly.
It's a damn choice. Like everything in life, it's all like you can think a girl is fine and she she's thicker than a Snickers and you want to slap her ass, but
thicker than a Snicker? That's kind of slim still.
Or thicker than gumbo.
Okay. Thicker than gumbo. Thinking of Snickers are like this. It's not nothing.
Snickers, you know what I mean?
There's bigger chocolate bars out there.
Oh my gosh. And the snozberries taste like snozberries. Have several seats. This is the diabetic conversation now. Shit. Willy Wonka's going to come in here and be like, excuse me. No.
If you have a Ferrero Rocher ass.
But you get what I'm saying. Though.
Yeah, I get it. I'm just fucking with you. Go ahead.
Yes. But you know what I'm saying? It's like, we got to stop this. And so until somebody makes you, then you're not going to. Okay. I had to.
Nobody has to make you. That's the thing. Huh? I don't think somebody has to make you.
Somebody shouldn't, but here's the deal. This is where we're at, because we know and we're pissed off about the existence. I'm telling you right the hell now. And this has been a download from Spirit that I've had for a while. Think about the setup and what exactly is about to go down. Okay. Everybody has been chilling hard in their little ecosystem, operating the way they fucking want to. Okay. And then all of a sudden it has come to a head. Think about when COVID first started. Okay. Everybody in the world is freaked the fuck out. We don't know what the hell we're going to do.
Oh, we'll be back in May or June. Yeah, right. Fucking November.
Of course not. But yeah. And so just stay with me. I'm going to get through this because I promise you there's a point. Okay. People started, no matter what you did or who or what creed, we all started, doing things for each other. You know what I mean? People are buying groceries for old folks, all that stuff, because they're like, we are literally all fucked here. Okay. But then George Floyd thing pops off. And that was the last cycle. Think about it, we're in 2020. Okay. That was the last thing that needed to be checked off the list for this big hard reset that we're going through right now. It was now undeniable in the damn flesh. Look at this. You can't say it doesn't exist. You can't. Do I agree with people tearing up and rioting and stuff like that? No. I understand behind it, the people that were doing it for doing it. And then there's folks that are just out there because it's like, I'll blend in and get some free shit. Okay. There's a difference between all of that. But that was set in place to really divide things and for shit to get super, super, super real and clear.
I agree. Now, sorry, go ahead, finish.
Now, the rich will become poor and the poor will become rich in different ways, because rich and poor can look and feel like different things to everybody, meaning that you may have been set up. Think about it. if you look at, and this isn't meant to be tacky or anything, and I hope that everybody that's listening understands.
Mm-hmm.
If you are, a position of power, who's usually in major positions of power? Older.
White dudes.
Correct. Okay. Some of those, and I'm not saying all because we don't know, were those same
Most of them.
guys that were doing and saying, and that was their normal part of life. You know what I mean? They could do that for fun, whatever. Look at a lot of the presidents and stuff. They had a whole lot of slaves and things. It wasn't nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Now the jig is up. Your good old boy system is fucked. Okay. Back in the day, if you owned your businesses and oil and gas and all this stuff, you were the shit. Hard reset, universe, boom. It don't matter. You're broke now. You don't have anything. Good old boy, what?
I don't
Hear
think
me out. Let me finish.
Sorry.
Good old boy system is out. It's out. It's out. It's out. And so you being used to being comfortable saying whatever the hell it is that you want to say, doing whatever you want to do, it's a different thing. You are being wiped out. Okay. So people are being forced to look at their own stuff, and they are forced to having to be held accountable. Okay. Because it's cancel culture. Wallets are being hit. I know that we're not seeing it fast enough. All the stuff that we've been going through, the shit's been there. We're just posting it more because social media is what? Pretty much our only connection that we have. This ain't new. This has all been happening. I promise you, the people that were worried about, because I know as Black folks were like, it's going to be the same shit. It's going to be a different thing. I promise you, it's about to be different, more different than what you think. Start looking and paying attention to yes. And let me tell you why. Pay attention to the ads that you're seeing on TV now. Kids. Have you noticed that?
I get a lot of kids.
I see a whole lot of white girls, and I see a lot of interracial. Remember a Toyota commercial? Black girl.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you for that. Thank you for that. Thank you for that. But
yes, but it's not overnight. It is not overnight. But as Black folks, what we can do is this. We know the injustice is fucked up, and we know that things are terrible. But you can't do that, and you're not going to be able to do that for very long because people will cancel your ass out. So as Black people, we just have to make sure that we are good, and we train our younger ones to be good. So when those other ones are forced out, the people that don't have good integrity, we have to still make sure that not just because we're Black, but in addition to we are Black and we got brains like everybody else, we can move into that position because that's where we're going.
Are you done?
I think you were just listening to respond, but sure.
No. Honestly, I did listen, but this brings up a good point. It's true that you are seeing way more diversity, everywhere. I mean, there's shows with like interracial couples, which you would think of like in our lifetime, you wouldn't see that on TV ever. You got the Huxtables and you had Friends. There was no let's put them together type shit, right?
Which is stupid, and we should have been there. You know what I'm saying?
I know. I get that. I get that.
We know that. Yeah.
But I have an issue with it in the sense that, and it's not that strong of an issue, but it's like
I know why you do.
Why? Because I'm a skeptical
because you're
asshole.
like, I know, because you feel like it's like, thank you for doing the emotional binky. It's a pacifier or whatever. It's like y'all are doing that so you don't look racist, but I know what's really behind the scenes.
Exactly. And you know what? And this is there's a line here where, especially when it comes to corporation, it comes to businesses, because some of them will say, yeah, we're doing this because we really believe that we're playing a part in this fight, and we want to make sure that we take care of our people.
We're being all inclusive.
Exactly. I get that. But there's nothing that says there's nothing that does not tell me that, oh yeah, there's a rich white guy who's a CEO. He goes, let's get some more Black folks in here because it's the right, because, if we don't, we're going to get in trouble. Our stock price is going to tank, and we don't want to get canceled, because we sell beans. Whatever.
But you can't fake the funk that long, because let me tell you, here's the deal though with all of that.
You can, because these people are still in charge. That's the problem.
It's not done yet though. That's what I'm saying. We don't know how to sit the fuck back and wait for the blessing, because trust and believe. Let me tell you something. The people that kept all that shit holding strong for so long, they're dying off.
I
Okay.
hope. I mean, I
So
hope.
that's
Sorry.
what,
That's
yes, they're about to be relics. You know, it's like you already farting and dust come out. So I don't know what else you looking for, baby. It's
I don't
just
hope
shit.
anybody dies. That's a bad thing to say. But
No, it's not.
yes.
He retracts that statement, but you got to remember there is a process that we have to see, and I get it, and we don't know what's going on behind the scenes. So we can do one of two things, and this is where we have to be smarter than what's going on.
For
You
those who are
understand
listening,
what I'm saying?
she's wiping her black hand. It's also an audio podcast. That's why I gotta describe when you go like this.
Then why the fuck do we have the camera
No,
on?
he'll go on YouTube too. That's why.
That's what I'm trying to say. I just want to. What? This made me want to go to jail. But anyway, not really. Orange is
All
not the new
right.
black. No, I'm just kidding. I am just kidding.
You would
No, but
not
what I'm
last in
saying
jail.
is, yeah, that is happening. But wow, is that my neighbor? Wow. Okay. Anyway.
Are they
Yes.
fucking?
No. Somebody's in some domestical stuff, and I'm just all like, whatever. I don't know what's happening. No, I'm just kidding.
What's
But
domestical?
I digress. I gotta keep on.
I love throwing you off track. It's funny.
Yes, I hate you for that. But no, they're yes, and I get it. And there's some people that are gonna be faking the funk, yes. But think about this too. There's somebody that is sprinkled in there because we're millennials, and I hate to identify with that. But think about it, we're almost 40, okay? So we're moving up through the ranks. And so if you've worked there and the person that was over you, you've always felt this way. Let's say if you're like Sam Whiteout, everybody loves Sam Whiteout.
All right.
But let's say if you're the Sam Whiteout and you've always said this is effed up. I've actually had a couple of people that I've worked with. They're like, hey, I've noticed that this company only uses such and such insurance agents. It's always blonde, white girl insurance agents.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's by design. Okay, well, this guy didn't have a voice before. Now that Orville Redenbacher is moving out of the space,
Mm-hmm.
and the guy that's more innovative thinking, because the world is changing, that is who is becoming the millionaires and stuff now. It's our age bracket, okay? That's why we were able to turn out the election the way that we did. So that's what I'm saying. We just have to be patient. And are we now? I'm not saying we're not co-signing shit. We're not giving excuses. We're not giving no more passes. We don't have no passes here. We don't. There's too much education, honey. There's Google, YouTube, all of that stuff. Phone, when you need girlfriends, one of them. You know, if you need somebody to ask you help, call me, DM me, and ask me what's appropriate. But the point is, it's going to happen. We just as Black folks have to make sure that we are prepared for those positions that we say that we never get, that we're ready.
Okay, this is where I'm gonna add an asterisk. It's not position you get; it's positions you take. Hold on. I do believe that as long as all these dinosaur scaly motherfuckers are still going to be in power and running shit, talk about rich white folks who, you know, for the most part, own corporation, and until we can also be in those meetings and in those positions, but out of our own hard work. Not, hey, here, you're okay, you're Black, come on in.
Yeah.
That's what, no, because you said position we can get. I'm like, no, you gotta create your own. You gotta create your own path.
How do you get stuff? I can get money.
Work hard. You go get it.
And I went and got it.
Yes,
so
you did.
Get. I didn't say donate. I didn't say pass on to love offering. I say get. Whatever means that is. So how about this?
Don't wait for it.
If I get into this company and I'm over here and I know that you're trying not to look racist, go on and hire me because I beat you at your own game. You're doing it for the wrong reasons. I'm still going to get in that position and show up and show out and give that as an example. And then what I'm going to do is build it out so big where I can put my own people on too. But one thing that we also have to make sure that we do is not be, and we see this interacting with each other because this has been since day one of even slavery days, being pit against each other. And we don't bring each other up because we know it's often like the cheerleader thing. There's only going to be 2 of us and there's 7 of us. And so we don't work together.
No, we don't.
But that's one of those things
Black
where
folks
I'm
are haters.
Here. You're right. It's just like, what are you drinking? Haterade?
You know, my dad told me also, he goes, you know, say what you want about Jewish folks, but when there's a dollar in the Jewish community, it goes around everybody, all the Jewish people in the community. When black people make money, they can't wait to give it to someone else. They can't wait to spend it on rims or spend it on a new car. And I'm like, dude, reinvest your shit. Buy your
But you know
block.
what? It takes us though, and those of us with a platform to, because we can only do so much. You know what I mean?
No,
I can
Scott.
only be an example. I can
Okay.
only be like, have a platform where I try to bring you on, almost like I guess this is my opportunity to go on and just throw it out there.
Are you going about to plug? Because we're not to that part of the show yet.
Oh, okay. You know what? We're not talking about butt plug. Wait, what are you talking about?
No. Plugs. We're gonna wrap up here.
Well, no. Not even just a plug, but the bottom line is what's happening is when we have a voice and we have a platform, there's people that look at you and there's people that look at me. You know what I'm saying? And I've gotten to do a lot of great things. Hip hop bingo show with you was
Yeah.
fun. You know what I'm saying? And there is somebody else that is younger than us that stumbled across that and was all like, man, that's cool. And that gave them that little edge up to say, you know what, even though I'm the only whatever in my school, I see people that look like me doing it. And that's how we contribute. That is our way of giving back. That is my form of peaceful protest, is showing up to a place where you normally don't see Black people and being comfortable as fuck. Okay. You have a blended family. And I'm sure people love, and I just want to say this for the listeners. I don't care if you don't like me because of this. Stop jumping down the asses of Black men if they have a wife that is outside of their race. Have several fucking seats. If you can use the beep button thing, please do it, because I'm trying to work on my language, but I'm dead ass serious. We are not going to get any progress by omitting or making the other race a bastard. That is not the solution. It is a combination of healthy love and blending. So just
We're all
because
gonna
he's a
look
football
beige.
player, huh?
We're all gonna look beige like 50 years from now. Everybody
No
gonna
shit,
be.
we all
Where are the white
calico
people? Where are the
cat.
original white people at? Like we're in there, none. Everybody's all mixed. That's where we're going.
Non-existent. He got a kilt and spinners. That's
Yeah,
confusing as fuck.
that's right. I mean, that's what's
You
gonna
know what
happen.
I'm saying?
But see,
He's
but you're
like
right.
rolling a blunt and eating crumpets at the same time. I don't know where to go.
And you know what? It's the people trying to hold on to this past life. They're gonna lose it,
Correct.
because if you don't upgrade your firmware every once in a while, be like, yeah, it's new time now. Nobody goes to work in suit and tie no more. When I tell my dad, he goes, you should show up and wear slacks, and I'm like, look, Dad, this is not 1980 or even
No.
1970. Like my boss shows up in shorts. Why would I show up with slacks and a collared shirt? No, I'm not doing that. So that's the
Yeah.
thing. And as hard as it is to admit, yeah, these people are going to go away and the new generation is going to bring something new. But it is a huge boat, like one of those cruise liner ships that you're trying to like do a 180, and it takes fucking time. It takes
Yeah.
time to do that.
And our
And
energy directed in the right space. You get what I'm saying? Because we have a lot of us that are in that space where we're just so like, we hate all white people, we hate all white people, we hate all white people. And we're missing where that's that space in our opportunity to create the lesson to enrich our
exactly.
people.
This is something that I until we can until we can listen to listen, observe, take notes, and learn from other
And
people's shit. And what are the verb? Do you want to add?
we need to proactively implement what we want to put in place. We
Well,
got to
no,
be
but
proactive
more
about that.
important, yeah, but more importantly, I think if you can from other people what other groups are doing or what other countries are doing, how other cultures are dealing with things, can you bring in that richness of information, process it, take the bad out, implement it how you see fit? We're still going to be stuck in this, oh, well, I hate these people because they act this way. I hate these people because blah, 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 blah. And so it it does come down to education, but there's education done right, and there's education where you think you know, but you don't know shit.
Education means different things because I can tell you right now, I have a high school education.
So
That
do
is
I.
it. Barely that. Okay. Barely
And
that.
look at you in your meditation
Exactly.
corner with your bamboo
Oh, you try to
and your broom.
shut up. No,
What? That's
with
cute.
my,
Good for you.
being
Helping
a
other
stand-up
people.
comedian, having a host of a show, insurance agent, CMO of also, okay, you know what I'm saying? But one size does not fit all. You get what I'm saying? And so, yeah, where you come from molds a lot, but we also have to make ourselves open and say, listen, if you can post and all this bullshit on Instagram, and if you can have some TikTok videos and stuff, you
Mhm.
got a skill set. Cause I can't figure that TikTok shit out. When someone said
I'm
TikTok, and
not.
I was
I'm
like,
not
"Oh, you want me
even.
to hurry up and talk?" I don't even know what
That's
that means.
above. That's above my head. I ain't got time for this shit.
That's not a part of my
I got a
ministry.
3-year-old now. I ain't got time for no TikTok.
Correct. But you get what I'm saying, though?
Yeah,
It's like
yeah.
you understand and you know how to do things and get your mouth. You know how to go and call a bitch and tell her, you fucking my man. You did it. We have to be accountable for what's going on, but also understanding is I'm not going to fix the world today. But what I can do is if I have a voice and a platform, I need to give other African Americans or somebody that doesn't feel comfortable like asking questions. Because people will often, if you even want to do better,
Mhm.
you were taught to be shamed, like, I don't want to be made to feel stupid, so you don't ask. And you sit in ignorance because you don't want to be embarrassed. I have to, as a Black woman, be able to say, listen, I didn't come from shit either or whatever. And let me help you, young man, figure out how to, do a job application or whatever. You're not being Uncle Tom just because you choose to speak properly. You know what I'm saying? You can be relaxed because you've heard me where I'm over here like, slinging a beer, but then there's a time and a place for everything. Sometimes we shame our own. And I'm not putting blame on us. I'm just saying that we know what we're dealing with. We've always known what we're dealt with. Our whole existence has been on survival and having to put up with shit that's unsavory. We've not been
Mhm.
allowed to sit in our emotions because there is no time. Imagine having a child and then just knowing that right after the damn umbilical cord ain't cut yet, and the father has been sold to a plantation somewhere, and there's no cell phone. Okay. So it's embedded in our DNA
Mhm.
to be strong and be able to have to deal with loss, traumatic loss, just like that. So we're brick built to do it. Does it mean that we want to? No. But as a Black man and a Black woman, what I can do is open up spaces. If I've got a position of power, bring some of us in.
And this
Show
is
us
what I
all how to be inclusive.
and this
What?
is what I just did with this episode.
What'd you say?
And it's what I just did with this episode
Bringing everybody in.
by bringing you in.
Thank you.
See how I closed that out.
Oh, is that quote for Sheena? You're talking too much.
No. That was a good wrap up. That was a good wrap up. We're almost at 2 hours, I think. Um,
Oh, did we do two?
almost, almost. What's your dope shit you want to share? Not a plug, something that you think people should know about. A show, a book, a website, an
That
Instagram
I'm doing?
account, a porn site, whatever you think people should. Don't look at me all crazy
Because
because
I
I
would do
said
a
porn site.
yeah, like it's something that's dope that I'm doing.
No, I said something you would recommend, just like you're selling something and say, "Hey, I think you should know about blank." What would that be?
So I can't plug what I'm doing.
No, we get plugs after that.
Gotcha. Okay, so it depends on what you are looking for. What do you mean?
Okay, let me go first because I don't think you read the email I sent you to get ready for this show.
You tried it. What are you
Yes,
talking
I'm
about?
calling you
Don't
out
ever
on this
try it with
because
me
I
back,
told it's
Mister.
a, okay. Let me start. So there's a show on HBO, and Colin, if you can pull it up, I think it's called How It Works with John Wilson or something like that. And it's this guy. I don't know if he's a comedian or what, but he takes on a simple concept, like how to wrap your furniture in plastic.
Okay.
So he starts with that. That was a great episode. And the guy's kind of goofy. You don't even see his face ever. And he
Okay.
just narrates and he goes, "Yeah. So I went and found this shitty ass armchair, and I'm gonna wrap it up in plastic because I'm tired of my cat jumping on it." And from that concept, he went into how by doing that, we're trying to control environment Just like and then he got into talking about how we try to control pets, and we tell them not to be in certain places, and try to control that, and how
Right.
the environment, how we control the environment for humans. And he even went into circumcision, like how we try to control our bodies and stuff like that. And he started with wrap your furniture.
Yeah.
And it's a fascinating, the way he narrates it. I think it's great. If you look it up, man, it's on HBO. It's like something it works, how it works, or something with John Wilson.
He's probably going to find the link below and link it so it makes sense. So you guys are not like, duh, and put that
Oh,
in the Google search.
how to with John Wilson. I think that's what it's called. Yeah, how to with John Wilson. That's right. Great show on HBO. If you have HBO Max, check it out. So see, it's not a plug about me. It's just something that I was trying to.
Oh, I wasn't sure what your question was because your communication skills suck. So I
Oh,
just
thanks.
wanted to
I've been
make
doing this
sure that.
podcast for 7 years, and you love being on it, and now I suck at it. Thanks. All right,
No,
go
no,
ahead.
no. I just said your communication skills. I like you as a person and I love a good old platform, but sometimes you don't make no sense, grandbaby. That's okay.
That's how you're going to end the show. All right, we're gonna cut it short.
No,
We
no,
don't
I
care.
have
No
my
plugs
thing.
for Sheena.
No, this isn't Sheena's plug. No, but to be honest with you, especially in the climate that we're in right now, this is the greatest thing. It seems kind of corny, but I promise you it'll get everything moving. And so it's this book. It's The Wisdom of Florence Scovel Shinn. Okay. And it's her 4 complete books, and it kind of looks like this. You can find it on Amazon.
Mhm.
And so there's The Game of Life, How to Play It, The Power of the Spoken Word, Your Word is Your Wand, and The Secret of Success. So it's a cool little flip through because sometimes you do get stuck, but you have to remember and find a way to soothe yourself. Okay. So one of my favorite things, and let me find it really quick, just a second.
You gonna read an excerpt from the book?
Something that everybody, because we're all in order to survive, unless everybody's got like a secret trust fund or whatever, but it's just the different little things that this lady has. It's a pickup, just kind of remind you of who you are and what your power is.
Are you about
The
to read
Secret
something?
of Success. This is just one of my favorite things.
Okay,
Make what you're doing interesting to other people.
Aha, that's as good.
You know what I'm saying? That's
live
the
by
rub
that.
right there. So a lot of y'all are going to be entrepreneurs, and in your closed down time, you're going to be messing and tinkering around with stuff, but don't get caught sleeping on yourself. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
There's so many times, flipped on the TV and you're like, shit, I came up with that, but you didn't execute it. Everybody has got something special and useful, either like a trade, a skill, or a way of communicating with folks. This is your absolute time for you to exercise that. So just remember, your secret to success, get people interested in what you got going on. That's it. But
I will. That's a great. That's a great passage, by the way. But I would add to it by saying it's not necessarily don't a way to make money. It's like everybody.
success,
Yeah, success is not defined by money. I don't believe
who
that.
said money anywhere?
No. I'm saying I'm adding to it. I'm not saying you said that. I'm gonna add an asterisk to that quote because you said you got a skill, and you're not. It's not necessarily about monetizing that skill. Is what I'm saying. So I'm completing that quote. You're like, what the fuck did he just say? My communication skills suck. Apparently, I'm losing it. It's time to wrap
No,
up.
no,
All
no,
right.
no, no,
No,
no,
don't.
no, 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 no. But this is, that's the page I was looking for.
Oh, really?
Do you realize that this is the nugget? We are here for the people.
Yes.
Are we not?
Yeah, we are. Go ahead. What is the excerpt?
Nothing is too good to be true.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing is too wonderful to happen. And nothing is too good to last. It isn't. Just use discernment, i.e., don't go to HEB trying to get a boob job. Stupid.
Don't be naive, folks. Don't be naive.
Exactly.
There's people out there trying to get you. All right, where can people find you, Sheena? All that on the
Okay,
social
so
media?
you can find me on my Facebook because I am Sheena Simmons. I will either be blonde or brunette, whatever. My
The poppin'.
Instagram,
with the popping
Popping
eyes.
like Orville Redenbacher. Hey. No. Okay. And my Instagram, which I'm learning how to use more of, which is at Sheena29, where the S is a 5. So it's 5 HEENA 29. And Sheena Simmons will have her own radio show on Clear Source Radio
What
that
is
is
that?
coming out in iHeart. Yes, she is.
Oh shit!
Turn up.
Do your thing, girl. Wait, what
Hey.
is Clear Source Radio?
You've never heard of Clear Source Radio?
No, I don't listen to radio.
I don't listen to radio either, but you heard.
But you got the job for a reason. Were they looking
I
for a
sure
black
did.
female,
I
a
sure
strong black
did.
female
So it'll
voice?
be.
Were they looking for a black female, a strong black female voice, or like we're looking for a strong voice? Oh, you happen to be black. Come on in.
No, it was somebody that I know of, and she actually introduced me, and she's like, I really think you need to meet the owner of the station. So she introduced me to Mr. Ron Reeder, and he was like, I love your energy and everything that you have and what you're trying to do.
Mm-hmm.
So he offered me a space to have my own show,
What's your slot?
which is great.
What's your slot?
Huh?
What's your slot?
I get to pick all of that. That's what I'm doing the rest of
Holy
tonight.
shit.
So
wow.
I have 100% creative freedom over what I do and what happens. But the thing is, and it'll be called the CBD and Kiki with Sheena Simmons.
Wait,
but the CBD, huh?
CBD?
The CBD and Kiki with Sheena Simmons will be the name of my show.
What's CBD and Kiki?
You know, when you're laughing, you're like, Kiki,
No, what's the CBD part?
CBD. People are thinking I'm talking about CBD marijuana, but CBD actually stands for chill, believe, and dedicate. Okay. But it's still
I think smoking when you say CBD, I don't think.
Of course you do, but either way it goes, it's enough for you to want to know if I'm talking about weed or what I'm talking about.
Oh, call it coke, heroin, and bitches.
Texas,
and people will listen.
It's an international show, so it'll be all over the world. But the whole point of the CBD and Kiki is I need to do my part the way that you have done your part. And that is giving a voice to situations, social situations that we want to talk about what's going on while making it light. And also giving a platform for people that normally wouldn't have a voice or a product, or, you're a performing artist and you want to get shine, you can get it there.
What is the format of the station in the first place?
Clear Source Radio?
Yeah.
It's just like any other, like your iHeart and all that. It's kind of like.
But is it Christian? Is it sports? Is it music? Is it talk? Like, what's the
podcast talk? It's your podcast station.
All right, we'll look it up. Clear Source Radio. When is it starting?
I'm getting all my equipment, banana, all your stuff that you have to do to download all the fun things. So, but it will be coming out.
All right. Don't forget
I'm
us
working
little
out all
people.
the logistics. And so as soon as I get my time slot, because I'm trying to figure out whenever I want to go on the air. But trust me, I will let you guys know. But
I want to be the first guest. Can I do that? Can I already throw my hat in?
You know what?
If you get to pick your own guest, you get to pick your own guest?
I get to pick my own guests. I get to pick any and everything that I want to do. And so, absolutely. If you think that I would ever do and never have you be a part of any of that, that would be
of course, you owe me. Point is,
you're welcome, asshole, especially since you kicked me off of a show that I helped create with you guys. You know what I found? I found the footage of when we all said that we would always stay together and be cohesive. And I was wearing a tan shirt. It was me, you, and P-Tech, and the little light-skinned one with the lashes. What's his name? What's the little light-skinned one? Albie Shore. What's his name?
Ooh, Victor?
Yeah, the light-skinned one, Victor.
Well, point is, COVID hits. That's my excuse. Anyway, but we really cross fingers, cross your toes, cross your eyes, cross everything. I hope it works out because this is huge. And don't forget us little people when you make it. This is Austin Village, and but I got dibs on first guest. I'm throwing my name right now. It doesn't happen. But
what do you mean it's not gonna happen?
I don't know. They tell you they give you creative freedom now to get you in, and once you're in there, they go, "Oh wait, hold on, no, we can't." Blah 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 blah. I don't know. I'm just being skeptical.
Sweetheart. I got all of this. The bottom line is this: Back has been the door for a whole lot of folks, and Back is given a lot of us, like DJ K. Cali. you set up some of the most amazing things. That's the reason why you've been in the Statesman and all of that. And
Thank you,
you
thank you, thank you.
remember me from when we were on a dance team together years ago. You thought enough to put me online and really keep enriching my entertainment piece of me. So hats off to you, because I honestly want to say I do thank you so very much, because you are that dude.
I put people on.
You do put people on, but you can be crazy. And sometimes I do want to throw punch you in the face. But
Everybody
at the end
does.
of the
I
day,
love it. I thrive off of
it,
that.
yeah, no, and even people that you grew up with, like Eva, that's
Yeah.
one of my homegirls. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So you do work from an integrity space. And like I said, if there's ever anything, and if I'm ever like Bill Gaten, then definitely I will make sure the fam is taken care of, because that's what the hell you do. And that's just not me on, this podcast. That's real talk, because
Thank you.
I
Thank you.
appreciate you. So thank you.
Thank you. I have one last question. Yes or no question.
Yeah.
Are you going back to comedy?
To company.
Comedy.
I've never lost. I'm a comedian all day.
I know you are, but like go back on stage and stuff. Yes or no?
I've been doing virtual shows, actually. People have been booking me for like birthday parties where it's
Oh,
all like
cool.
they have me in on Zoom. So I like do comedy. I just did it Saturday. So yeah, the comedian never dies in me. So I'm always
Good,
there.
good. Keep that up. I'll see you at the
Yes.
top.
You always ask me about some of the dumbest stuff too. I'm surprised you didn't ask about the other part.
What, you got married?
Not yet, but
Oh, okay. We're gonna stop here. This is gonna be the bonus thing. So we're gonna close this out. Thank you so much for listening, Sheena. Always a pleasure. Always a pleasure. Thank you so much. I hope you all the best. I wish you all the best, because you deserve the best. Again, don't forget us little people when you make it, because I put you on. As always,
God, you on some Ike Turner shit. See, that's watching the
you'll be fine. You'll be fine. Again, as always, thank you so much for listening. Make sure you go back to the all caps, subscribe, leave a comment, like a rating on iTunes. It helps us. It helps me a lot. Subscribe wherever you listen to podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, iTunes, wherever. Thanks so much. We'll talk to you next time. Ciao, ciao.